Hello, all benders and non-benders, and welcome back to Avatar Generations. Today we are going over the brand new Frozen Legacy event in Avatar Generations, going over the brand new powerful opponent character that's been released, as well as the very nice number of rewards that you can get. Starting out immediately here, we do have a brand new login bonus, always nice. Just like with the Dojo Master, we do get 5 free powerful opponent summon tickets. And we get a small pile of nature stones, never a bad thing, every little bit counts. So yeah, that gets you halfway up to a summon right there. Looking at what we have going on here, we do have, of course, the pack. It's a pack. It costs money. Yeah, not really going to go into detail on that. But looking at the events, we're going to get right into it here with what this is based on. These events are based on a few things. It's based on exile characters. It's based on certain debuffs. And it's based on the Arts Expedition challenges. What do I mean by that? Well, you'll immediately notice here that for some extra energy, there's clear any arts expeditions. Those are basically the artifacts of the game. You can complete the easiest one if you wanted for the cheapest energy and just kind of do those one at a time. This is when arts expeditions with exile faction heroes. Now, who is that? We get one free to play, that being Fire Nation Zuko. He is an exile character. Additionally, Dojo Master from the last powerful opponent run is also a exile character, so he counts as well. Other than them, I believe they're the only two, so pretty slim pickings for your options, but it is what it is. We have complete adventures with exile heroes. That one, you could, even if you've already walked the path before in the day, you could just have Zuko and Dojo Master, if you have him, walk back and forth along a path. That one it's a little time consuming, but it's not inherently difficult. This one's especially interesting, where it's 7 stages of 100 Arcs Expedition battles completed with the exiles. And so basically, not factoring in the new character who we'll get to in a minute, if you have Zuko and Dojo Master optimally, you'll have to complete 50 Arts Expeditions for one of these. That's a lot. But yeah, I mean, it is labeled as bonus, so I guess this is meant to be extra. But it does have these very nice Ascension materials, so you kind of hate to miss out on it. We do have this, which is spend powerful opponent tickets. That's just gold, no big deal. With all these other loot, you probably won't even need it to get this, but even if you did, you do get a majority of these for free anyway, just from the free tickets. Now, this is a little interesting. These are inflicting debuffs on the enemy. These debuffs being freeze, stun, bleed, and the water element. The easiest is the water element because you have Katara. Katara, if you have somebody using Katara in a combo, you might have a small chance of inflicting a water debuff. That would get the job done for this. Not really something that happens often, but at least it's an option you have. Same goes for freeze. Katara actually does make that happen as well. On her basic skills, she does have a small chance to freeze. So again, the free-to-play Katara you get at the very beginning of the game is going to be your best friend for these two. The stun. That one is pretty few and far between, but if you're looking for a free-to-play option, free-to-play Sokka actually does have a chance to stun on his advanced skill. It is just the advanced skill, but it's kind of one of those things where it's better than nothing. So technically speaking, these 3 are easy to do free to play. Bleed, I believe, is exclusive to the new character. Now, I say free to play with the other two. The powerful opponents are virtually free to play because you can get the tickets completely free and you get the one copy completely free. But Bleed is only her. If you decided for some reason that you didn't want the new character that we're going to be going over in a second, this is pretty much going to be locked out to you. That said, I think that you definitely, even if you don't like her, I definitely think you should go for the new character, but that's just a personal opinion. Just to get these stones and to have yourself a new hero. And then we have earning food, earning brushes. That's just kind of frivolous stuff that you'll get as you play. Completing adventures with exiles. This gets you the ascension materials for the new character. Really nice to save you some boss battle coins. You get these, and you'd be well over halfway there. So, yeah, that's kind of what these challenges are rocking with. Now, of course, as you may have noticed, we do have some currency. Now, what do you get with that currency? Well, you actually get a lot. We have a new artifact set. Going over it, I'm going to be honest, this artifact set does not blow me away. It grants immunity to you for 2 turns at the start of battle, so making you immune to debuffs. And when you get to 1 HP or below, so basically, if you activate your Endure effect if you have it, or if you die, all allies get tenacity, which basically allows them to have better resistance against debuffs. I mean, this really has the same problem as the other immunity set we have, which is if you're really worried about debuffs that much, you just build resistance. So it's a free set, which is all fine and dandy. Really doesn't blow me away, but you never know. Maybe a meta will come where immunity is really important. I don't foresee it happening anytime soon, but a free set's a free set, so that's okay. But that's not really what we're going to talk about here. What we're going to talk about are these rewards. We can get 6 summon tickets and 5 Peace Chaos summon tickets. These are the biggies. These are the ones you really want here. Summon tickets, never a bad thing. Peace Chaos tickets, very premium. Most likely the next Peace Chaos character is going to be Fire Dancer Zuko. He's not been officially released in the global launch, but he was in the kind of the pre-global launch of the game. I don't know a huge amount about the character. All I know is that he's common. So, considering how punishing this banner can be, every single ticket counts. So what it lacks in a really mind-blowing artifact set, it makes up for in summon rewards, which for a game like this is really where it counts. Now, of course, speaking of summons, we have to look at the brand new character, the Pirate Captain Kiwak. I don't know. Somebody put a dictionary description in there for me so I can know how to pronounce this because it's very embarrassing for me. She is actually a waterbender. Now, right out the gate, let's keep in mind here, looking at the Inagi boss fight, it requires airbenders and waterbenders. And unless you have had some serious luck, or you summoned on the previous Water Tribe event banner and you got Paku, I don't know about you guys, but I've been pretty down bad on characters for the Inagi fight. The airbenders only have Aang. They have, what's his name? Monkeyatsu. And the young airbender, who you can only get using the duplicate coins. And, well, the young airbender is not exactly anything to write home about. And then for waterbenders, you have Katara, Paku, and now Kiwak. So not a lot to work with, especially if you haven't gotten lucky with Gyatso or Paku. So already off to a great start here, but let's see what she can actually do. If we look at her basic here, deals impact damage to one enemy, which basically means a 35% chance of stun. So right out the gate, she's got stun effects, which is pretty cool. And if Shadow Tide is active, she gains evasion. Now, what is Shadow Tide? We'll get to that in a second. And then looking at her advanced, Deals 1 to 3 hits of slicing damage, which can inflict bleed, preventing them from healing. And then decreases the turn bar of each enemy by 20%, which is pretty massive. And gain extra turn if Shadow Tide is active. So what is Shadow Tide? Well, we're going to look at this ability now. So, she has an Endure effect that is very interesting. When she's at 1 HP, she will disappear and create an ice clone. What is that ice clone? She creates a replica of herself, which is kind of like all frozen looking, and actually recovers to full health, believe it or not. I don't remember, because we've seen it in the past with some battles. I don't remember if she can actually attack in this ice clone state. But when she is in an ice clone state, she dodges the next 5 hits and heals completely. After you take 5 shots at this thing, it will disappear and she'll be back on the field. She'll have she'll have her health refilled, and she'll have the Shadow Tide effect, meaning all of her offensive stats are buffed and her speed is buffed, but she does take a little more damage. So she's back to full health, but she's going to take a little more damage, but she gets all these buffs. So personally, I'm extremely curious to see how effective this would be in practice against the Inagi and against other battles. Also, we do have what's meant to be her best in slot, permanently increased speed or crit rate, so it is a kind of 50-50 on that one, by 8% when you inflict a negative state on the enemy. This can happen once per turn, 5 times per battle. Very cool little stat stick there, just to increase the things that make her great. Now just remember, in and of themselves, she has an extremely low rate, but she has a pity of 10, and we will get at least 10 free tickets. You get the 5 from the login bonus, plus if you go in here, you can buy another 10 with your adventure points. So, I mean, yeah, you should absolutely get at least one. I would absolutely say yes. If you want to get duplicates, there's a few things to keep in mind. First of all, her tickets run at a bit of a premium. Powerful opponent tickets run you 125 as opposed to the normal 100 of a summon. And if you get a duplicate of her, keep in mind, she doesn't work like other duplicates. If you decide you don't actually want to power her up and you want the skill coin, you don't get a mythic skill coin for a duplicate of her. You actually get 6-piece Chaos Banner tickets. So that's just kind of something to keep in mind there, whether or not that's worth it to you or not. Also, every 10 you will also get a copy of her relic, so that is guaranteed as well. Really removes a lot of the RNG involved with this, so that's kind of nice. And yeah, that really is the breakdown of the event. Definitely good stuff. Like I said, even if you're the worst fan of Kaiwak, and I'm certainly not, I think she's pretty cool. But even if you're the worst fan, you gotta admit, just getting a basically free waterbender is pretty nice, because they are slim pickings at the moment. So yeah, that's what we've got here. And lots of other great stuff. So hope y'all have enjoyed. Hope this was helpful. I hope this makes some of those event quests a little less daunting, because they can be pretty intimidating at a glance. Some of those debuff ones are particularly challenging. But with a little strategy and using the characters you already have available to you, I'm sure you'll be able to complete the vast majority of them, if not all of them. So yeah, hope y'all have enjoyed. If you did, would appreciate a like, would appreciate a subscribe. Lets me know what you enjoy and what I can do to keep making great content for you all. And we will see you in the next video. Have a good one.